Hello and welcome to another Retro Core. Today we're going to take a look at different snowboarding games. First up we've got snowboarding games from Pony Canyon. Actually I think that's the Fuji TV network logo, or the old one at least. Must be connected. And we've also got something from Silicon Dreams. Did they actually release a game? No they didn't, but it's being released now. And we've also got snowboarding games from Cave. Yes, Cave, the masters of shooters. So let's take a look. Okay, so starting off this snowboarding special is Chill. Now, Chill was made by Silicon Dreams and was never actually released, but it's available now thanks to the nice guys at Sega Saturn. God, what a fucking awful song.
Your danger zone, I freestyle. Blast the competition like a megaton, son.
Yeah, I think we'll give it that shit. Okay, so as I was saying, this was made by Silicon Dreams and never released. And you're probably wondering why. Well, it's not exactly because the Sega Saturn was overrun with snowboarding games, that's for sure. So you've got a few characters to choose from, as well as a few certain boards, but it doesn't really matter what board you choose because they all control pretty bad. At first there's 3 courses to start off from, and straight away you can see that the graphics don't look too bad, you know, the actual slope does look quite nice. The character which you control is a bit on the weedy size, it's quite small. Yeah, what you can see now is pretty much the whole game. There's not much going on, to be honest. The levels, while looking decent, I guess, you know, it's a decent texture they've used for the snow, are very boring. You know, there's not a lot to do. And the controls certainly don't help. You know, it's not very easy to pull off tricks, and when you do pull off a trick, it's not very impressive. This is the highlights of the game. Parachute to the floor. Well, it would be the highlights of the game if you could tell how far you were from the floor. Yeah, even that's a bit difficult to judge. So as well as having normal slalom type, well not slalom, normal snowboarding sections, we've also got the slalom.
3, 2, 1, jump!
But due to the pretty bad controls, it's not that easy to navigate. See, the problem is you either get a board which is really sluggish and doesn't turn, or you get a board which just turns way too sharpish. And this is the half pipe. And that's all you can do. Doesn't matter what you press on the pad, that's all the character will do. Now, whether that's because the game was never completed, or maybe that's the way the game is, we don't know, but apparently this game is pretty much complete. So I think the real reason why Chill never got released is because it's a bit on the shit side.
Snowboarding tricks.
That's not my voice, by the way, that is the actual sound from Zap Snowboarding Tricks. Now this is from Pony Canyon. And straight away you can see the presentation is a lot nicer than Chill, which we just had on. At first there's the 3 levels to play as, easy, normal and hard. A variety of different skilled snowboarders, and you can choose between 2 different styles of snowboarding. So it's looking good, isn't it?
Ready? Go!
Right. I start sliding sideways straight away. That is not a good sign. Now, straight away you can tell that the textures used for the snow are a lot worse in this game than Chill. They're pretty blocky. They look quite messy, to be honest. Also, the camera judders all over the place. And you can see polygons flickering up in the background, and the actual polygons that make up your main character flickering quite badly also. But, you know, all that can be put aside if the game plays really well. Unfortunately, it doesn't. It's pretty stiff.
Hey, where are you going?
While the controls are a lot easier to get into than Chill's controls, they're still not that good. And I've also noticed that no matter what you do, you can't do any tricks. Yeah, I don't think you can do tricks in this game.
Oh no! Ready?
So let's check what sorts of courses they have. Okay, well, we got the half pipe. Well, at least I think this is meant to be a half pipe. But because you can't do any tricks as such, it's a bit pointless.
Hey, where are you going? Hey, where are you going?
Where am I going? Yep, Zap Snowboarding Tricks is pretty bad.
Zap Snowboarding Tricks 98.
So let's take a look at the sequel, which came out 2 years later. This is Zap Snowboarding Tricks 98. And we got a variety of play modes, which you can see straight away.
Get ready.
But we're going to go
and
for the
good
championship mode. Oh, we get a lovely story. Nice.
The purpose of the game is for 6 snowboarders to compete on a total of 10 different courses. Without nailing air tricks, the highlight of snowboarding, victory is impossible. Max up your skills to the limit and use all your abilities to win. When you've conquered this challenge, you'll become a true master snowboarder.
Now straight away you can see the character select screen is a lot more polished than the previous Zap Snowboarding Tricks game. Still got the same lady in it though.
Get ready and good luck! On your mark, ready, go!
Okay, while the character does look a little bit smaller, it seems to be bigger than the character used in Chill. And also you do have 6 snowboarders on the course at once. And instantly you can see that the camera action is a lot better in this game compared to the previous game. You know, there's none of that juddering which was featured in the other game, and the textures are a lot cleaner. And the pop-up problem seems to be less severe. Unfortunately, the controls are still really stiff. As you can see, I'm struggling to get around that corner. But you do have the ability to do tricks in this game. Not that easy to get out, if I'm to be honest. But at least you can do tricks. And the sensation of speed seems good enough. Even got some debris coming from the back of the board there. Okay, and like the other 2 games, this one also has a slalom. Oh sorry, Zap Snowboarding, the first game didn't have a slalom, but this game does. And of course it's got a half pipe. Hey! That wasn't very good. And it's got one feature which no other snowboarding game on a Sega Saturn has, and that's this one, the freestyle long jump. Hey, look at that. Average. So yeah, Zap Snowboarding Tricks 98 is a vast improvement over the original game. But is it the best snowboarding game for the Sega Saturn? Well, you're about to find out.
Bass, please.
Okay, so we've had snowboarding games from Silicon Dreams and Pony Canyon. This is Steep Slope Sliders, and this is from Cave. Yes, that's right, the same Cave that are famous for making shoot-em-ups. Okay, so straight away you can see the actual presentation is a lot better than the other games. You know, you select your course you want to play on. using the little billboard sign, and your character's actually waiting outside, ready to snowboard. Now, as you notice, I went to another screen then, but there was nobody there. In that place, that's where all your characters which you find, all your hidden characters appear. This game also has a phenomenal amount of extra hidden courses as well, including some crazy shit like snowboarding on asteroids or meteorites or something. Okay, so straight away you can see that this game looks a lot more fluid. Now, I'm not joking, but I'd say the frame rate does seem to go higher than 30 frames a second, but I don't think it does, but it does seem that way. But for the most of the game, the frame rate is really, really nice. And your character's big as well. And the graphics are clean, and the pop-up isn't that severe. And the most important thing is this game handles so well, you wouldn't believe it. Right, you can shimmy the board left and right using the D-pad, and the L and R trigger buttons at the top of the controller are used to put your left foot down and your right foot down to actually twist the board, as you would when you really use a snowboard, as you go snowboarding. And the end result is you can take corners really, really well, and it looks good and it feels good, which is the most important thing when it comes to gaming. And pulling off the tricks, it's piss easy. It is so simple to pull off tricks. Now that doesn't make it bad. It makes it a lot more fun. Look at that. How many snowboarding games do you know of that have you falling out of a helicopter? Now, one really neat trick this game does have is the use of the Sega Saturn's internal clock. So you can play on the courses in real-time lighting. Well, real-time as far as the game's concerned. So if you go to the Japanese course, for example, at, I don't know, 5 PM in the evening, it's dusk. You know, the sun's going down, everything's got a lovely orange tint to it. If you play it around about 9 PM, it's all black, because it's dark outside, isn't it? Play it in the morning as I am now, and it's nice and bright. Unfortunately, my Sega Saturn's internal batteries ran out, so the clock's not working. So all the courses look daylight at the moment. As you can see, I'm snowboarding in some slushy snow, and it feels like that as well. Wow, right on my head. Now, it's surprising that a company like Cave can actually come out with a snowboarding game a million times better than everyone else, when primarily they just make 2D shoot-em-ups. Okay, yep. Snowboarders, sorry, not snowboarders, steep slope sliders. Also has the slalom. And this is one of my favourite courses. This is just basically known as the playground. It's got bits of half pipe in there, all sorts of obstacles. You can jump over slides, jump on the roofs of houses, go over burnt out cars, and of course you've got the standard slide across the top of a fence. Great stuff. It would be if I was better at it. The character I'm using now is one of the hidden characters known as the Boy. And he's actually very good for doing tricks because he's nice and light and can get up high. And here we go with the half pipe. Now just look at the stuff you can pull off on this. Hey, look at that. And that's what makes steep slope sliders the ultimate